What's up, fellas? This is Sir Studmuffin, leader of Affliction, and today we kind of have a little bit of an experiment. Hopefully, you guys are going to enjoy this video. I'm here with, of course, none other than Brian. Hopefully, Brian, make sure to project your voice where they hopefully should be able to hear you. In the background, I'm going to go ahead and have some replays from the last war. And basically, what we're going to be doing is talking about some things with the clan, the future, and whatnot. Sound good?
Yep, let's get into it, man.
All right. So, what do you want to start off with? You want to talk about kind of the future of the YouTube channel first?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Okay. So, I know at least from my end, kind of my plan is to be uploading basically a war recap, I'd say twice a week. And I know you were very interested in getting into YouTube. I know you have to get your mic and whatnot. Do you have any, I guess, YouTube video ideas? I know we can do it at least this way for like collabs and whatnot. What's kind of your take on that?
Well, I mean, in general, you know that I'm kind of split right now between whether we're going to do like a long-term video collaboration where I kind of help you post and make different posts about different things because I know that we're both about to be getting busy here.
Yep.
And then, I'm also split on just kind of helping you out a little bit and then also doing like my own kind of YouTube channel. And that way, we're kind of sprouting off a little bit, because we don't want to be posting the same kind of content.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. And I think what we're going to be going for is about 3 to 4 videos a week. Does that sound about right?
Yep, 3 or 4 videos, and that way you can do a video or two, and I can do a video or two, and that way there's something being posted almost every day.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Okay. Other thing I want to talk about real quick. I think it's a little important. I didn't bring it up to you at the beginning. Go ahead and talk about your history with Affliction very quickly and kind of why you decided to come back. You don't have to get into too many details, but just kind of explain because I don't know how many people, at least from Reapers, understand kind of where you're at. I know some people in Affliction don't know who you are.
All right. Well, like I said, I'll try to keep it short. But basically, I was about Town Hall 7. I was pretty rushed. I wasn't like super rushed, but I was kind of rushed. And I was just randomly looking for a clan, and I decided the best way to do that was to check online. And then I came across Clash of Clans Builder, which is a recruiting website. It's not very big, but I don't know if I had either made a post or I had saw Stud's post, but either way, I had eventually requested to join, and I joined Affliction for a while. I worked my way up into a co-leader position, and then as the clan was growing, we were kind of at a point in the clan where we wanted to try something new. So Stud and me agreed that it was probably best that we had a feeder clan, and I had said that it was probably best for me to lead it. So that's what happened, and then one thing led to another. I led the feeder clan. Me and Stud had different viewpoints on, how to lead it and what to do. I got a big head and I decided to leave. I took most of the members from there and I created a clan. And then from there, I kind of jumped back and forth on different smaller clans. And then we ended up at War Reapers, which was the last clan we were at. And eventually, the members of War Reapers, a lot of the guys were good. It was a problem that, like Stud always said, you need to have a co-leader, at least a co-leader or two that can help you do some of the things that everyone doesn't want to do, like recruiting and planning and crap like that.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Do you have anything else on that? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're right. But, ultimately, I decided to come back to Affliction because I felt like for everybody in War Reapers and everybody in Affliction to take that next step and get to where we want to go, which is what we're about to talk about in a minute, arrange wars and things like that, it's best for us to join each other and just try to push forward to that end goal.
Okay, great, great. Yeah, so that's a good transition here. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get on that topic. Let's kind of talk about sort of the future and, ranged wars, long-term, short-term goals, etc. So, I guess we can start off with arranged wars, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
So, do you want to explain it?
I'll fill in whatever you don't.
Okay. Yeah, so with arranged wars, basically for people that don't know what that is, you know, if you were in War Reapers before, for the longest, Brian and I were trying to get an arranged war. Essentially, with these normal wars that we get, just in general with the war weights and whatnot, you get kind of clans that aren't that great. They're not the best attackers, and so the thing that I really find the most competitive, the most fun is when you basically set up through Warways an even match with another clan that's you know, a fair play clan that is serious about the game, and usually it's a very close war. They have good bases, basically similar to ours. They use Goho, and that's really one of my long term goals for the future of Affliction. I'd really like to get into arranged wars because I think they're a lot of fun, and I think they're competitive. There's just so many different things that I like about them, and I want to bring it, to this clan.
Definitely. I mean, arranged wars compared to these wars are, like you said, 99% of the time you're going to get a really easy match. And of course, with arranged wars, losses will come a little bit more frequently, especially than what we're going to be used to here, because we're already taking them that step into winning most of the wars. But like you were saying, it's a lot funner when you know that the other people are actually trying. They're not just go wiping your base for a 2-star.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, that's just kind of a hopeful sneak peek into the future. That's one of my long term goals. I know you probably share the same one, but I also think you have some different long term goals of your own. So, what are sort of your long term goals that you were thinking of?
I mean, personally, obviously one of the things that I'd really like to see happen, and we're taking the steps there each and every day that we're recruiting, is just to get larger wars.
Hmm.
Larger wars just are so much more fun. There's so many more bases to choose from versus, being stuck hitting something. Like me personally, I like hitting things that people think that I can't hit. Sometimes, I'm a little bit overconfident sometimes, but honestly, I like last war when you told me, like, why don't you go ahead and hit 5 or 6? I was like, oh, fuck this, I was like, this is crap. I try to put on a show sometimes, and sometimes I look like a dumbass, but sometimes that's the point. So so I really want to get into that type of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think for me personally, my philosophy with a clan, I think it's always good to have a few people sitting because I know people get busy. But my ideal, let's say we have 50 people in the clan. If we're having 50 people in the clan, and we have consistent 30 to like 35 wars, that's like awesome. Right now we have, I think, 30, 35, something like that. If we can get up to 20 wars, I'm totally okay with that for right now. So
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
that's something that I definitely share. And I guess that would be a short term goal for me. Do you have any short term goals, in mind off the top of your head?
I think this one's pretty much shared for most people, at least somewhat shared. It is definitely getting like level 5 and level 6 climb perks. I know that it's kind of like a common thing, but people don't understand how much it helps. It helps out
Yeah.
with recruiting, and then just in general, like donating troops. Max golems are so much better than level 4 golems, and just when you request for giants or whatever you're requesting for, it's so much better to have that extra level. And is some people that have been in clans that are like level 6, level 7, level 8, or whatever, they're used to having those kind of things. Wait until you get into like a level 3 and 4 clan again, and you're kind of like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And, we just hit level 4, so that's great. So it should, I want to say it'll probably be about 8, 9 wars or so, and then we should be at level 5, which is like the big milestone. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Okay, so I think those are some of the long term, short term goals that I know we had in mind. Do you have any others off the top of your head? If not, that's totally fine. I just wanted to let you, hit on that topic before we end it.
I just kind of want to get back into I want to get the clan into a very active. I know that the playing and all is going pretty well. It still needs to be worked on. It's definitely taking steps in the right direction.
Hmm.
But I mean, I don't know if you knew this or not, but a while ago, I mean, a real long time ago, probably like before Christmas, um, I had set a goal one month to hit 10,000 donations, and I did it. But the clan was extremely active, and now those kind of things won't happen with how active we are. People just aren't requesting enough.
Yeah. Well, and I
What do you
think
think?
it's and with requesting, I think they also need to be filled, and that was a problem we had a little bit. But I think that's getting a little bit better. We've
Yeah,
had some really solid recruits lately that have made the clan more active. But I agree. I think the chat needs to be a little bit more active, and I think kind of the donations and stuff like that could be more active. There is certain policies that we're looking at, and I'm sure people have seen it on ban. I don't want to get into them that much right now, but we're looking at different options is the best way to say it for the future, and to hopefully promote more clan activity and get more people in war. Um, so we hit on kind of the future of the YouTube channel, long term, short term goals, arrange wars. I think the next thing that we should probably talk about is sort of it's not really a problem, but something that we see kind of the importance of stepping up, and then a segue into the elder co and kind of how to be an elder co, et cetera, et cetera.
go ahead,
So,
man.
do you want to hit on that?
Which one first?
I would say just the importance of stepping up.
All right, so like, just to get like a quick summary of like me and Stud, we're basically both of us are going to be becoming really busy. I mean, not really busy. We're still going to be online a lot, but we're going to get busier as we progress in the summer. So, with that said, there's people that are stepping up quite a bit. I'm not going to name anyone, but there's people that are definitely taking them steps in the right direction to stepping up. But we need people that are going to be willing to do every little thing. Honestly, helps. Like, you can stay. If you spend 5 minutes recruiting and you don't get anyone at all, and you're kind of like, what's the point? I know that's what a lot of people struggle with. But then if you spend 5 minutes again, that time adds up, and people will pop up. People like Skrillex. He was one of the first guys that joined the clan after I spent literally like 2-3 hours recruiting, and so far he's turned out to be a pretty good recruit. So it can happen at any moment. You guys just got to keep going forward. Like I told everybody, like Holden was doing this for a while. I'm sure he still is. The Supercell forums, he was doing that. Just recruiting on there, just posting and then bumping it.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, every little thing helps. Everything, from small to big, no matter what it is. If you have friends that are really serious about the game, and just tell them about the clan, whatever it is, or even getting out the YouTube channel in any way that you can, to people that play Clash of Clans. It's just, everything helps. Everything.
Yeah. No, and I completely agree, and I think when we have at least level 5, I think Supercell forum recruiting is going to be a lot easier, and I know forum recruiting is the best way to find people that are usually more serious players because they're on the forums and whatnot. So hopefully it should be getting better over time. But people stepping up and trying to be as active as they can is certainly going to be important, and that kind of segues on to our next topic, the Elder Co. I'll go ahead and explain Elder Co. first, and then I guess you can talk a little bit about what we're looking for. Does that work out?
Sounds good.
Okay, so with sort of the elders and Elder Co. Elder Co. is something that I thought about at the beginning. I never had heard of it when I started out. I'm sure someone might have had it, but it was my idea, and really the birth of Affliction. So the concept behind it is that it is a chat of people that are more active in the clan, that are solid attackers, that are kind of the ideal members in our eyes, really in my eyes. Um, and it's very important because hearing the clan's opinion and other people's opinions when making decisions when looking at different policy changes or whatnot. It's very important to me. These polls, those things help out, but there are certain day to day questions and things like that that I really want to hear people's opinions on. And as a result, it's very important to me to establish a chat like this so that I can hear feedback from people that have kind of been more of those loyal Active members. Like I said, just kind of the ideal members, and it's very important because I take those opinions and I really uh, kind of listen to them, put them to good use. I guess I don't really know what to say. I think you kind of get my point, but it just hopefully speaks to, I guess, sort of my leadership style, but also hopefully it motivates people a little bit to step up and be an elder co because it's a very coveted position. There are some people that are elders in game, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're an elder co. Um, People that are an elder co, it's kind of like you know who you are, but you have to at least be an elder in game. And elders, people that are just elders in game, usually are there just to accept people or whatnot. But once you are an elder in game, it's almost like the next step would be elder co is what I would say. So um, I guess I can talk about the co-leaders. For me, a co-leader is someone that's gonna the difference between elder and co, for me at least, for the co-leaders, is that for co-leaders, I'm really looking at them to kind of step up with helping me lead the clan. And so they have more of that leadershipy personality, like Brian, who was actually the leader of a clan, rather than just someone that's essentially a good member. But what other things would you say are we looking for in these elders?
I mean, like you were saying, touch base on it. Like co-leaders are the type of people that can do something. Doesn't matter what it is, and there's different personalities in people, and that's what's great about it. I can give you an example. Tim is a really good co-leader, but he's not much of a person that's going to go out there and recruit, like Scott was saying to me earlier. But just because you don't like to go out and recruit doesn't mean that you can't be a co-leader. Tim's an excellent co-leader, but he's just not a recruiter. And then you have people like me that I'm not much of one that's going to love to talk to you about different things or help you plan. I'll do what I can, when I'm online, but I'd rather spend that time getting new members in, and then going from there. But there's all kinds of different things that you can do to earn a position like co-leader. And then as far as elder, elder is kind of that thing that's kind of like easily given, easily taken away. I mean, you're not going to get it overnight, but you definitely can achieve it in not a long time.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Others are just, like I was saying, just active people that are on requesting, that talk, that are all around good members that we've seen produce over time.
yeah, so essentially, there are some qualities that we're looking for. Do you have any kind of, I guess, qualities that we're looking for in some of these elders?
Overall, just activity,
Mm-hmm.
request donations, talking and chat, planning, taking time to plan. Even if you're not an elder, it doesn't mean you can't help someone plan. If you have an opinion, put it out there. Things like that. Obviously 3-starring in war. Things like that. If you can help fill the clan, the CC donations. Like I said earlier, every little thing helps. So if you're looking to try to become an elder, little things add up, and Stud will see them. Trust me, because he looks at everything.
That I do. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good point, and I think that's a pretty good, I guess, explanation or quick summary on what we're looking for in elders. Is like you said, it's not something that's earned overnight, but I'm always looking for different elders, and it's a very coveted position because it's basically like we even call the chat the council, like it's the council of affliction. It's the people that we're looking to for various things, opinions, policy changes, filling up war-based donations or whatever it is, coming up with new ideas, maybe implementing them or whatnot. So we're kind of getting, I'm sort of kind of running out of replays here. I think we're kind of winding down. Is there anything that you really want to talk about while we're kind of wrapping this video up?
Just stay active, guys. The people don't like. I get it. Everybody's busy, especially like right now, this time of year. You've got finals, or obviously some people that are outside, out of high school, out of college, that are have their everyday jobs. You're just busy. We get that. Everybody has their own kind of thing, but we are a serious clan, so staying active is extremely important because when you're active, even if you're not trying to recruit, you're helping recruiting because if someone looks at a clan and you see, nothing but, oh, this guy has donated 0 troops and he's requested 0 troops, you're not going to want to join a clan like that. You're going to want to join a clan that's active. So, like I said earlier, every little thing helps. It doesn't take much to go online and donate or request or whatever, and it helps out more than you think.
Yep, I think that's a great point. I think kind of on sort of my closing thoughts, what I would say, man, I don't even know where to begin, but I guess really what I would say is I'm excited for the future, number one. I really want to make sure that this clan is sustainable and lasts for a long time. Want to get in the arranged wars. I have so many different ideas, so many different, I guess, management type um, things that I want to implement. I don't know the best way to say that, but essentially, when it comes down to it, I'm very excited. Um, I think Brian as a co-leader back again is great, and oh, here we go. My brother's getting on my Clash of Clans. That's all right. So, anyhow, I'm very excited, hands down. I'm glad that's Brian is back. Welcome to all the War Reapers as well. I don't know if I've given a formal welcome. I know I have in game, but here's my formal welcome on YouTube. Welcome back to all the old members. And if you are an old member watching this video, you're welcome to stop by. However, I'm not gonna let anyone just kind of stop by temporarily and war with us. If you're going to war with us, I'm expecting you to be a full-time member, and that's pretty much it. So, from my end, that's pretty much kind of my wrapping up. Brian, you want to go ahead and say a farewell, and we'll go ahead and close this video out.
Yeah, guys, I've kind of wanted to say this for a while now. There is some people, and I know that there's probably more than what they've just told me, but some people think that Clash of Clans is kind of dying out or whatever. Clash of Clans is not dying, especially after this nuke of all the people that were, not fair play, that were using different X mods and stuff. The Clash of Clans in general is definitely on the up. I feel like its best years are actually ahead of it. I know for a while people were thinking that Clash of Clans is kind of dying, but it's not. So, kind of like Stud, I see this clan going in the right direction now, and I'm extremely excited about where it's going to be. And even in short term, in a month or two, where it's going to be, because we're taking the necessary steps to getting where we need to go. And obviously, I'm definitely on board with Affliction. Permanently, this is where I want to be. I'm definitely happy with where we're at and where we're going. So that's about it.
All right. Well, great. So, guys, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not. We're going to have Brian and me kind of collabing. If you're interested in collabing, I think really as long as you have Skype, I should be able to collab with anyone in the clan. If you have a video idea, definitely hit me up, and we can kind of look at getting some of you guys on the channel as well. So, anyhow, this is Sir Sudmuffin, leader of Affliction, and I'm out. Peace.